Anthony, Chief Starter Terry Coletti, Assistant Flagman Jason Neely, Scorers Gary Smith and Debbie Leglise, Driver Mediator Wayne Kintz, the Lineup Guy Jimmy Reel, Tech Officials Dave Hoopengartner and Justin Reneker, Spotters Bill Ditto and Bob Neely, Track Prep and Maintenance Ron Courtney, the Tire and Fuel Guy Bob Dematio, Craig Mishler and Howard Holt of Mid-Vid Racing Videos, Track Photographer Dan Bailey and Assistant Announcer Matthew Helms, and Track Owner and Promoter Randy Smith. I'm your announcer, Chris Kale, and welcome to week number 10. Federated Auto Parts Van Meters Auto Repair presents Christmas in July night and Kids Bicycle Giveaway here at Thunder in the Valley. We are blessed to live in the greatest country on earth. Would you please honor our nation? And if you're able to stand, please do so. Gentlemen, please remove your hats for tonight's invocation and the playing of the singing of our national anthem by Mr. Bill Haney of Angel Eva's Masterpiece Studio Tattoo and Paint. Lord, we thank you for the many blessings you give us each and every day. We thank you for bringing us all together and allowing us as free men and women to partake in friendship and the sport that we love. We ask you to please watch over our friends and family. Please watch over the men and women in uniform that protect this great country and all of our first responders that keep us safe. We ask you to watch over our drivers, their teams, our track crews, our officials, and of course our wonderful race fans. We ask you to give us all comfort and ease our pain from the loved ones that we have lost. We pray this in your son's name. Amen. Now tonight, to sing the national anthem once again, give a big round of applause to Bill Haney of Angel Eva's Masterpiece Studio and Tattoo and Paint.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's flash gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in their gay proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Bill Haney of Angel Eva's Masterpiece Studio Tattoos and Paint. If you need a tattoo, go see Mr. Bill Haney. Awesome job. Again. Thank you to Bill Haney for that awesome rendition of the national anthem. Getting ready to go racing. McIntosh Oil Company late models. Starting on the pole, heat race number 1, the number 42 is Tom Stankiewicz. The number 1 is Bryant Smith. Row number 2, the number 12 of Bubba Smith. The number 2 is Alex Rosenberry. And the number 701 is Flying Ryan Tedesco. We'll be giving away that stuff, so make sure you hang on to your tickets. Bob Snyder Jr. will start reading off ticket numbers here in just a few minutes. Getting ready to go green, 8-lap heat race number 1. We're green. Bryant Smith will inch in front into turn number 3. Stankiewicz battles back on the bottom. Bryant Smith slips up a little bit off the 4. Stankiewicz leads lap number 1. That's your leader. Bryant Smith now being challenged by Bubba Smith. Bubba just flew back in from Jamaica. He got in about an hour and a half ago. Bubba Smith moves up to that second spot. On the inside of his brother Bryant, Alex Rosenberry in fourth, Ryan Tedesco fifth. Halfway home, 4 to go for Tom Stankiewicz. Coming in on 1 to go, Tom Stankiewicz, your race leader. Ooh, a little contact between Bryant and Bubba. Bryant Smith giving the chrome horn to his brother Bubba. Bryant Smith going to take over that second spot. Tom Stankiewicz going to come around and pick up the victory in heat race number 1. Bryant Smith will finish second, Bubba in third, then Alex Rosenberry in the 701 of Ryan Tedesco. Collision, Baker Performance, Pauline's Landscaping, DNS Color, sponsor number 42. Hands together for Tom Stankiewicz. Kind of Bob the Animal Eichel. On the outside, the number 22 of the Codeman, Cody Jayberg. The number 3 is Dave Martin, and the number 21 is Gage Jayberg. So the 22 of Cody Jayberg, not sure what's wrong with that machine as he pulls off. Coming to green, Bob. All right, gonna try this again. Philip Cox, Dave Martin, Gage Jayberg. Dave Martin way up the racetrack, gonna give the lead to Philip Cox in the 69. Gage Jayberg up to second. Philip Cox continues to lead, but here comes Gage Jayberg on the outside. Jayberg picked up the heat race win, his first win in a late model a couple of weeks ago. He's to the outside of Philip Cox, halfway home, 4 to go. So caution for
3, 2, 1.
thanks, Bob. Getting ready to come back to green. Gage Jayberg, Dave Martin, your front two. So again, make sure you pay attention to those ticket numbers. Make sure you come up and receive your prizes. Gage Jayberg will get the white flag. Dave Martin in second. Off turn number 4, your winner is going to be Gage Jayberg. Dave Martin will finish second. So your winner in the number 21 from New Philadelphia, Ohio, in the Michael Taylor Allstate Insurance Route 39 Auto Salvage, Fox Auto Salvage and Parts, WFO Vinyls and Keys Cars, sponsored number 21. Put your hands together for Gage Jayberg. Go ahead, Bob Snyder, continue with your tickets.
All right, people, get your tickets out. Get ready. Here we go. Another orange.
Economy modified heat race. We had a couple of guys have some mechanical issues, so we were only going to have one heat race, so that lumps everybody into one. The number 02 is Mike Bowers. He will start on the pole. The 54 of Big Mac, Doug McMillan, will start alongside. Row number 2, the number 55 of the Rooster, Brandon Bailey, your point leader. The number 38 of Kevin McClintock. The number 10 is Sean Kaufman. The number 99 is Jason Gruhl. The number 11 is Trey Williams. The 37 of Christian Bailey. And driving the heat race, the number 23J is Jeff Lindstorm. Green flag in the air, 8-lap heat race number 1. Bowers on the outside. Bowers on the inside, McMillan on the outside. Doug McMillan in that new number 54. The 02 of Bowers picked up a feature win earlier this season. Front 4 right together, McMillan leads lap number 1. McMillan, Bowers, McClintock, and Rooster. Whoa, Christian Bailey sideways off of turn number 4. Mike Bowers, your race leader in the 02. Doug McMillan second. The Rooster, Brandon Bailey in third. Side by side with Kevin McClintock in fourth. Fifth is the 10 of Sean Kaufman. And the 99 of Jason Gruhl. The 11 of Trey Williams. The 37 of Bailey. And the 23 of Lindstorm. 5 laps in, 3 to go. McMillan took a look to the inside off of turn number 2, was unable to make it stick. Bowers slipped up just a little bit. White flag for Mike Bowers. Doug McMillan got one more lap to get around him as they move through lap traffic with Lindstorm. And off of turn number 4, heat race winner is going to be Mike Bowers in the 02. Doug McMillan will finish second. Brandon Bailey in third. Kevin McClintock fourth. Sean Kaufman in fifth. And then Jason Gruhl, Trey Williams, Christian Bailey. Feaster Jr. from Freeport, Ohio. Starting alongside the number 77 is Todd Miller, back behind the wheel of the number 77. The 21 was a rookie champion in 2015, Colton Ritchie from Akron, Ohio. On the outside, he finished third last week. The number 1 of Magic Shoes, Gary Hoopengarner. The number 44 tonight being driven by Teddy Oliver. Oliver coming out of retirement into the number 44. The 7 is Gabe Pringle. The number 31 is Tom Early. The number 3 is your fastest qualifier, Kyle Grove. The number 31 is Bill Abil. And the number 11 is Mike Martin. To the bottom of the main scoring tower. The bottom of the main scoring tower is where all the prizes are. You can go in there and pick out what you want. First come, first serve. Getting ready to go green. Feaster Jr. and Miller, Ritchie and Hoopengarner. And we're green, 8-lap heat race number 1. Todd Miller dives to the bottom, but locks up the brakes, slides up the racetrack, opens up the bottom for Feaster, but Feaster unable to get there. Kenny Feaster Jr. led the first couple laps of our feature back on Tuesday night, or Monday night. Gary Hoopengarner moves up to the second spot. Gabe Pringle on the outside looking to get around Feaster for third. Here comes Pringle now up to third. Miller, Hoopengarner, Pringle, your front three. Colton Ritchie now tries to get to the outside of Feaster Jr. as Feaster slides off at turn number 4. Teddy Oliver boxed in and that number 44 behind Feaster sends him up the racetrack. Here comes Oliver to the bottom. Teddy Oliver looking to move up to third. First time in a race car in a couple of years for Teddy Oliver. Todd Miller, your race leader. Gary Hoopengarner second. Gabe Pringle third. Teddy Oliver fourth. Tom Early fifth. Kenny Feaster Jr., Bill Aubill, Mike Martin, Kyle Grove, and Colton Ritchie rounding out your field. Pringle tried the high side, couldn't make it work to get around Hoopengarner. The 77 of Miller throwing the block on the one of Hoopengarner, and that allows Pringle to go to the outside. Here comes Gabe Pringle. Gets around the one of Hoopengarner, now to the outside of Miller. Pringle and Miller side by side off of turn number 4. Lap and a half to go. Pringle on the outside, Miller on the inside. Hoopengarner watches along. Miller gets deep into turn number 3, slides up the racetrack a little bit. Pringle's going to lead at the line. Has the bottom if he wants it, chooses not to take it. Gives Miller the bottom lane, and Pringle slips off of turn number 2. Allows Todd Miller to get him back alongside. Off of turn number 4. Your winner, Gabe Pringle. Todd Miller finishes second. Gary Hoopengarner in third. Teddy Oliver fourth. Tom Early in fifth. Mike Martin, Bill Aubill, Colton Ritchie rounding out your field. Your winner, in the number 7 for Midvale, Ohio, in the 99.9 WTUZ Big Z Sports, Tim Bickford at Parkway, Ridgeway's Casey's Car Care, Creative Floats, Keats Cars, Lisa Hoy at State Farm Insurance, sponsored number 7. Put your hands together for Gabe Pringle. Go ahead, Bob.
I got another yellow one, 593049. An orange ticket, 455034. 455034.
Klein Motors Mini Truck Division starting on the pole, the number 4 of Tim Scott from Sunbury, Ohio. In the Scott Racing, number 4. The 95 new truck this week, Michael Varnes from Newcomerstown, Ohio. In the Brittany Varnes Photography, John Boy's Tire LLC, sponsor number 95. The 84 Rich Schweitzer from New Philadelphia. And the Van Meters Auto, Allen's Muffler, Federated Auto Parts, Alicia Manley, MD, sponsor number 84. The 118, your fastest qualifier, Colt Walker. The 2T is Barney Gerber. 8-lap heat race for the mini trucks. Varnes on the outside in that new number 95. The 4 of Tim Scott all the way from Sunbury, Ohio. Varnes going to have the race lead off of turn number 4. Going to kind of close the door on the 4 of Scott. And he does, going down into 1. Michael Varnes, your race leader. Michael Varnes, Tim Scott, Rich Schweitzer, Colt Walker, Barney Gerber. Again, want to thank Federated Auto Parts, Van Meters Auto Repair, 99.9 WTUZ, Morgan Vinyl, Smith's Auto Sales, 1540 WBTC, Advanced Auto Parts, Snap-on Tools, and Matthew Helms. Randy Smith for all that they donated, different prizes that they donated tonight for all you fans to have here at the Speedway. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go for Michael Varnes. Tim Scott runs second. Schweitzer and Locker continue to battle for third. Barney Gerber in the 5th spot. Oh, Varnes just blew up in turn number 3. Tough break for Michael Varnes. So after the Varnes machine popped a power steering hose, we're left with 4 trucks, the 4 of Tim Scott, the 84 of Rich Schweitzer, the 118 of Colt Locker, your fastest qualifier, and the 2T of Barney Gerber. Getting ready to go back green, 5 laps in, 3 to go in our heat race in the mini trucks. Green flag back in the air.
Okay, I will. Yep, I'll announce it. Hey, buddy. Grandma's birthday, huh? All right, I'll tell her. Yeah.
Full bicycles. Hopefully, if you bought a bicycle or donated a bicycle to be given away tonight, you put a tag on it or a number, something, a sticker to let everybody know who it's from. Make sure you please thank them if they have a sticker on them. Green flag back in the air. Tim Scott, Rich Schweitzer. Four way up the racetrack. Tim Scott will maintain that lead. Tim Scott going to see the white flag this time. Tim Scott, I don't believe, has won a heat race here at Midvale Speedway. He's looking to pick up his first checkered flag. Rich Schweitzer has already picked up 3 or 4 feature victories on the season, and that number 84, the 118 of Colt Locker, your champion 1 year ago, and the 2T of Gerber has a feature win as well. Heat race number 1 is going to go to the 4 of Tim Scott. The 84 of Schweitzer finishes in the 2nd spot, then Colt Locker in the 118, the 2T of Gerber, and the 95 of Varnes. So once again, your winner from Sunbury, Ohio, in the Scott Racing, sponsored number 4. Put your hands together for Tim Scott. Bob Snyder Jr., it's all yours.
Okay, people, get your yellow tickets out. 593-355. 593.
Here shortly, moving into our South Philly Pizza Compact Division. Heat race number 1, the number 16 is Mike McDonald. The 69 is Dan Bucky. The 38 is Brandon France. The 58 is Zach Koger. The 27 is Britt Van Meter. The 15 is Kyle Finlayson. The 36 is Jeffrey Orr, the fastest qualifier, last week's feature winner. The 24 of Brent Schreffler. And the 22 of TR Holder, Kyle Rector. 8-lap heat race number 1 is green. Mike McDonald with the lead on the bottom. That Norma May Huggins Foundation sponsored number 69 of Bucky trying to battle back on the outside. McDonald in that Grizzly Quickmart IEBT Corporation Bucky Mowing sponsored number 16 is your race leader. Dan Bucky drops back to the 2nd spot. Is the 38 of Brandon France trying to climb his way to the inside of Bucky in turn number 3. Here comes that Skyline Homes WFO Vinyl South Philly Pizza, sponsored number 38. McDonald led a lot of the 2nd feature on Tuesday night. Bucky way up the racetrack. He's going to almost stop in turn number 4. Tough break for Dan Bucky in the 69 as he's going to continue to run some laps, use this as a practice session. Here comes Brandon France to the outside of McDonald. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. Brandon France picked up his first career feature victory just a few weeks ago. He's going to take over that race lead from Mike McDonald. Van Meter tried to look to the inside of McDonald, was unable to make it stick. Zach Koger to the outside of 27 of Van Meter. Then you've got the 15 of Finlayson, the 36 of Orr, and the 24 of Schreffler. The 22 of Rector, nowhere to go. Here comes Zach Koger to the outside of McDonald. Zach Koger in the Outlaw Vinyls, Macro Tools, Haas Body Shop, the Bumper Man sponsor number 58 to the outside of Mike McDonald for second. White flag for Brandon France. France looks like he's going to pick up this one. Who's going to finish second is the question. Off turn number 4, your winner is going to be Brandon France. Who will finish second? It's going to be the 58 of Zach Koger. Finishing third, the 16 of Mike McDonald. Then Kyle Finlayson and Brett Van Meter rounding out the top 5. Brett Schreffler finishes 6th. Then Jeffrey Orr in the 36, the 22 of Finlayson, the 22 of Rector, and the 69 of Dan Bucky. So your winner in heat race number 1 of the compacts, from Dover, Ohio, in the Skyline Homes WFO Vinyl South Philly Pizza Racers Helping Racers sponsor number 38. Put your hands together for Brandon France. Bob Snyder.
Some of them shirts because they're
Bob Snyder. The number 9-10 machine is Jimmy DeVuno. The 18 is Tim Frederick. The 64 is Trevor Cole. The 99 is Ryan Schreffler. The 27 is Billy Hilliker. The 88 is Jesse James. She almost picked up a win a couple of nights ago. The 28 is Josh Feaster. The 20 tonight is Corey Herron. And the 57 is Mike Sweeney. We're green. And last week, the 27 of Billy Hilliker, the 99 of Ryan Schreffler, the 64 of Trevor Cole, the 18 of Tim Frederick, and the 9-10 machine of Jimmy DeVono from Columbus, Ohio, and the DAB Collision sponsored machine will start on the pole. We'll try it again, 8-lap heat race number 2. Looking for Chief Starter Terry Coletti's green off of turn number 4. Green flag. That's a better start. DeVono gets a good one. Tim Frederick tries to battle back on the high side. DeVono, your race leader. Ryan Schreffler up to the 3rd spot. Trevor Cole back to 4th. DeVono sliding up the racetrack off of turn number 4. Jimmy DeVono up front in that 9-10. Ryan Schreffler to the inside of the 18 of Frederick. Ryan Schreffler in that number 99 machine, the stock boarding kennels sponsored machine from Magnolia, Ohio, runs third. Frederick slides up the racetrack a little bit in that number 18. Here comes the number 20 of Corey Herron. Trying to go 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Schreffler on the bottom. The number 27 of Billy Hilliker. Schreffler was there. Ryan Schreffler trying to get to the inside of the 18 of Tim Frederick. Jimmy DeVono still leading in that number 19 or 9-10 machine. Here comes the 20 of Herron. Now alongside the 99 of Schreffler. Jimmy DeVono, your race leader. Here comes the 20 of Corey Herron. Herron waiting on his machine to get finished up after an accident a couple of weeks ago. damaged his number 30. He's up to the second spot, subbing for Larry Ennis Jr. tonight. White flag in the air for DeVono. Got a comfortable lead over Ennis. While Ennis's machine of Heron and the 18 of Tim Frederick. Off turn number 4, your winner, Jimmy DeVono. Corey Heron will finish second, then the 18 of Tim Frederick, the 99 of Ryan Schreffler, and the 28 of Josh Feaster, your top 5. Then Billy Hilliker, Jesse James, Mike Swaney, and Trevor Cole. Your winner from Columbus, Ohio in the DAB Collision, sponsored number 910. Put your hands together for Jimmy DeVono. Bob Snyder Jr., take it away.
Okay, I got some other winning tickets.
All right, thank you, Bob Snyder Jr. Once again, working hard down there with Destiny. The 95 is Lisa Moore. The number 21A is Alex Stresky. The number 1 is Chad Smith. The 169 is Marcus Cox. The 55 is Tyler 9. The 0 is Alan Clark. The 86 is Josh Beal. And the 4E tonight is Eric Kugler, subbing for Little Animal. Green flag in the air. Stresky in the 169, or I mean in the 21A. Back to green, the 95 of Lisa Moore, now the 1 of Chad Smith. Tough break for the 21A of Stresky. The 169 was warned on the radio. That is his warning for driving through somebody. So the 169 of Marcus Cox, the 55 of Tyler 9, the 0 of Alan Clark, the 86 of Josh Beal, and the 40 of Kugler. 3 wide, almost 3 wide. In turns 1 and 2, Tyler 9 with a good run. Chad Smith way up the racetrack, trying to close the door on Lisa Moore. He does close the door in turn number 3. Going to slide away up the racetrack again. That's going to open up the bottom for Tyler 9. Tyler 9 in the 55 will take over the race lead. Chad Smith runs second. Josh Beal in third. Josh Beal in the 86 around the outside of Chad Smith in the 1. Your leader, Tyler 9. Here comes Marcus Cox trying to get up to the 3rd spot as he goes to the outside of Chad Smith. And here comes the 0 of Alan Clark. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go for Tyler 9, Josh Beal, Marcus Cox, and the 0 of Alan Clark, your top 4. Chad Smith running in the 5th spot. Lisa Moore will now take over that 5th spot from Smith. Josh Beal to the outside of Tyler 9. White flag in the air. Tyler 9 in the 55, your race leader. Josh Beal in the 86 runs second. The 169 of Cox, the 0 of Clark. Final time into turn number 3. And off of 4, your winner is going to be Tyler 9. Josh Beal finishes second, Marcus Cox third, Alan Clark fourth, Lisa Moore in fifth, the 4E of Kugler, and the 1 of Smith. Bob Snyder Jr., Get ready to go ahead as soon as I announce the winner here in heat race number 3 from Mount Vernon, Ohio, in the Industrial Radiator and Air Conditioning, Robertson Industries, Brooks Auto Parts and Sales sponsor number 55. Your winner is Tyler 9. We're going to announce a few more names. Bob Snyder Jr. Going to get the one to go signal this time. Starting on the pole, the number 28 is Josh Feaster. Josh Feaster in the 28 machine. The number 20 is Corey Herron. The 16 is Mike McDonald. The 69 of Dan Bucky. The 38 is Brandon France. The 58 is Zach Koger. The 27 is Britt Van Meter. The 15 is Kyle Finlayson. The 36 of Jeffrey Orr. The 24, your fastest qualifier, Brent Schreffler. The 22 is Kyle Rector. The 88 is Jesse James. The 57 of Mike Swaney and Lagreen. 15 lap fast compact feature. Feaster on the bottom. Corey Herron on the top. Down into turn number 3. Side by side, Feaster on the bottom. Bucky now slips up from the bottom to the top, and Feaster's going to lead at the line. Here comes Dan Bucky looking to go 3 wide. Gets chopped off going into turn number 3. Here is Kyle Finlayson on the outside. 3 wide, Kyle Finlayson. Way up next to the wall. Feaster got loose on the bottom, might have got help from Bucky. That allows the 20 of Corey Herron to take the race lead. Corey Herron substituting for Larry Ennis Jr. in that number 20. Your race leader. The 69 of Dan Bucky. The 58 is Zach Koger. 3 wide off of turn number 4. Bucky's going to lead at the line. Zach Koger leads that time. Great racing in our fast compact feature. Zach Koger to the lead. Koger has never won a feature at Midvale Speedway, and he is your race leader over Dan Bucky. Zach Koger up front. I don't know about you guys, but this is great racing in our fast compact feature. The 58 of Koger. We just sent his brother overseas a couple of weeks ago during the national anthem, and he is leading up front. Would love nothing more than to pick up a feature win for his brother who's overseas with the Army National Guard. Halfway home, 8 in, 7 to go. Zach Koger. Now here comes Brent Schreffler. Schreffler looking for 2 in a row. Schreffler looking for 2 in a row. Right on the rear bumper of Zach Koger, your race leader. Here comes Jeffrey Orr in the 36 to 4th. Koger continues to lead. Is he going to slam the door shut on Schreffler in 1 and 2? He does. Continues to lead. That's going to stall the momentum of the 24. Schreffler picked up his first career fast feature win on Tuesday night. Actually, it was Monday night. Zach Koger leads. Here comes the 36 of Jeffrey Orr looking for his first win in quite some time. 5 machines at the front. 3 laps to go. Jeffrey Orr with a 3 wide move through the middle to go to the outside. white flag in the air. Folks, if you don't like this, you don't like racing. Coder gets off the bottom. He's going to lead barely at the line over Jeffrey Orr and the 38 of Brandon France. France going to take over the lead in turn one. Three wide behind him. The winner's going to be Brandon France. Brent Schreffler finishes second. Jeffrey Orr in third. Kyle Finlayson fourth. Zach Koger in fifth. Hey, B-Man. Well, man, that was a great feature. Come on, you want to get your picture taken with him? Okay, stay right here, stay right there. Wait till he comes around and stops. Jason will help you, okay? You can give him a trophy. You'll be our trophy guy, all right? Braden Geckler, gonna be our trophy man today. Of course, his dad's my boss from the radio station, so I have to, you know, smooth a little bit. I might have a little brown on my nose. It's okay. I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, I something like that. Pulling into victory lane, second career fast feature win in the WFO Vinyls Skyline Mobile Homes South Philly Pizza, sponsored number 38 machine. He was like fourth or fifth when he took the white flag and ended up being the winner. Put your hands together for Brandon France. Stay here, B-Man. Come here, man. Dude, I'm telling you what. I haven't got to interview you in Victory Lane, and it's been a while, right? You won earlier, and I wasn't here. How does it feel to be in Victory Lane, man? Twice in 1 year.
Feels pretty good. I actually got my little boy here tonight, so he got to see it. So it's real good.
I'll tell you what, I don't know about you from the seat. You couldn't see all that was going on. But between you and Corey Herron and Zach Koger and Schreffler, Finlayson, you guys, I think, just put on the best race we've seen all year. What do you guys think? I think that was one of the best races all year long. That was awesome, man. Tell me how you got from like fifth to the lead.
I just trying to hold the ball at him, and I seen Koger pushing, and he was getting anxious, and he just kept sliding and making mistakes, and I waited and capitalized.
That's what you got to do, right?
Patience works.
Patience works, and you've been patient with your cars for the last couple years. You know, me and you used to talk a couple years ago over there. Man, we need to run second features. Man, we need to run second features. Now we get second features, but you don't even worry about that second feature because you're in the fast feature now, man. Who you want to thank on this 38 tonight?
Oh, I got to thank everybody on top. Up on top hill, Corey Herron helped me set the car back up after last week. Fisher's Flooring, Skyline, South Philly Pizza. My fiance for putting up with everything. My little boy for changing tires. I think that's all of it. Oh, we got Riddle with WFO. He's made it look nice. And all the fans that come out and enjoy it all with us.
Congratulations, man. Great run.
Thank you.
Your winner for the second time this season, Brandon France. So moving into our McIntosh Oil Company late model feature. Starting on the pole, led 25 of 30 laps just a couple of weeks ago. Looking for that first career win. The number 22 is the code man, Cody Jayberg from New Philadelphia, Ohio on the Route 39. Auto Salvage, Rick Watson Trucking, DJ Auto Detailing, sponsored number 22. The number 3 is Dave Martin from Norton, Ohio on the Milestone Sandblasting Services, Logan Machine, sponsored number 3. Row number 2. The number 42 of Tom Stankiewicz from Strongsville, Ohio. Custom Car and Collision, Baker Performance, Colleen's Landscaping, and DNS Color. The sponsors on the 42. The number 1 of Brian Smith from Canton, Ohio, and the Canton Auto Salvage, Finish Line Designs, Freedom Auto Finance, sponsored number 1. All the way from Jamaica this morning, the number 12 of Bubba Smith. He's from Jamaica, Mon. Actually, he's from North Canton, Ohio. In the Finish Line Motors, Finish Line Design, Smith's Auto Sales, Freedom Auto Finance, sponsored number 12. The number 2 is Alex Rosenberry from New Philadelphia, Ohio. In the flight test, Rosenberry Towing Macintosh Oil Company DLP Commercial Maintenance, sponsored number 2. The 701 is Flying Ryan Tedesco from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Sugar Valley Meats, Walnut Creek Glass, Lee's Famous Recipe, Tedesco Racing Graphics, Van Meters Auto, Macintosh Oil, and RV Parts Express, sponsored number 701. The number 21 is Gage Jayberg from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Michael Taylor Allstate Insurance, Route 39 Auto Salvage, Fox's Auto Salvage and Parts, WFO Vinyls, Keys Cars, sponsored number 21. And rounding out the field, the number 69 of Philip Cox from Stone Creek, Ohio. So field to get the 1 to go signal. The 22 of the code man, Cody Jayberg, led 25 laps in the feature the couple of weeks ago until he spun out in turn number 3, looking for that first career feature victory. In that number 22, the 3 of Dave Martin, longtime veteran. A couple of veterans, the 42 of Stankiewicz, the 1 of Brian Smith. Couple of the best in the business, or 3 of the best in the business, I should say. The 12 of Bubba Smith, the 2 of Rosenberry, the 701 of Tedesco, the youngster Gage Jayberg, 30-lap feature in the green. Martin to the high side of Jayberg. Jayberg on the bottom, little loose coming off, but he's going to have the race lead into turn number 3. Martin going to pack it in deep, not going to hang there in the outside lane. Cody Jayberg leads lap number 1. Stankiewicz runs second. Then the 3 of Martin now sliding back 3 wide into turn number 3. The 12 of Bubba Smith moves up. Cody Jayberg up the hill, gave up the bottom of the racetrack. Stankiewicz going to take the race lead. Tom Stankiewicz to the race lead, and here comes Ryan Tedesco up to 3rd. Stankiewicz your leader. Bubba Smith in 2nd. Ryan Tedesco 3rd. Bubba Smith to the outside of Stankiewicz. Stankiewicz, Bubba Smith, Ryan Tedesco, Brian Smith, Alex Rosenberry. 5 of the best cars in this division up front, all nose to tail. 8 laps complete this time around. Stankiewicz has 1 career feature victory here at Midvale Speedway. Looking for number 2. Bubba Smith looking for a way around with Tom Stankiewicz. Ryan Tedesco all over the back of that number 12. Here comes Ryan Tedesco. Got a good run off of turn number 2. Not going to quite be able to get there. Bubba Smith going to close the door. Tedesco going to try it again off of 4. 12 of Bubba Smith. The 701 of Ryan Tedesco. The 1 of Brian Smith. The 2 of Alex Rosenberry. Then the 22 of Jayberg. The 3 of Martin. The 21 of Jayberg. Getting ready to go green off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Bubba Smith Mr. Master of Restarts will get the race lead. Bubba Smith, your race leader. Smith halfway home, 15 in, 15 to go. Starting to pull away from Tom Stankiewicz in second. Bryant Smith in third. Ryan Tedesco fourth. Alex Rosenberry fifth. Cody Jayberg sixth. Dave Martin seventh. Gage Jayberg eighth. Continues to pull away from Tom Stankiewicz in second. The one of Bryant Smith in third. The 701 of Ryan Tedesco. The 2 of Alex Rosenberry. Continues to lead, the 42 of Tom Stankiewicz in second. Bryant Smith third. Ryan Tedesco continues to run fourth. Alex Rosenberry in fifth. The 701 of Tedesco gets into the back of Bryant Smith in turn number 4. Got him a little bit loose. Now the 701 of Tedesco and Rosenberry both going to take over the position. Stankiewicz sideways in turn 4. Coming around 2 to go this time. Bubba Smith continues to pull away. Tedesco into the back of the 42 of Stankiewicz, a little bit off of turn number 2. White flag for Bubba Smith. Bubba Smith wins. Stankiewicz in second. Ryan Tedesco third. Alex Rosenberry fourth. And Bryant Smith in fifth. Cody Jayberg in sixth. Dave Martin seventh. Gage Jayberg in eighth. Restart. And pulls out to victory the champion from a season ago. In the Smith's Auto Sale, Finish Line Designs, Finish Line Motors, Freedom Auto Finance. Sponsor number 12. Pulling into Finish Line Motors Victory Lane. Shutting off the machine. Yep, the geyser's going. I don't have no rum for him in Victory Lane. Jana, I don't have no rum. But she's not even paying attention to me. Here's your winner climbing out. Put your hands together for Bubba Smith. Come here, kid. I don't know why I still call you kid. You're not really a kid anymore, but you are to me, I guess. Here's the deal. I just want to know how jet lagged you really are.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of days sitting on a beach in Jamaica yesterday. Got a flight canceled in Philadelphia last night. Was able to make it just before the last practice session today and got here to qualify. Thanks to Tommy and my brother for getting the car down here and working on it the last couple nights, trying to do some setup stuff. And we were struggling a little bit there in qualifying, and the heat race made some changes. I don't know if I could have got around Stankiewicz without a caution. Got a good restart there, and once I was out front, it was just cruise control, just keeping them guys back there.
Yeah, and Tedesco, I think, just got boxed in a little bit. I think you and Tedesco probably, maybe Rosenberry also, probably you three had the best cars. They couldn't get around Tom, and you got that clear track, clean air, and just kind of set sail. But I don't have no rum to give you in Victory Lane, man. I know you just came from Jamaica, man.
I drank plenty of it the last couple of days. I need a water. But yeah, if Tedesco or Rosenberry would have been out there on a restart, it would have been tough. So I'm glad the race went caution-free after I got out front, and so it made it a little easy on me there.
Who else you want to thank on this 12 tonight, man?
I got to thank my dad, my brother, Tommy, Mike. He hasn't been coming much. I got to thank my wife. Thanks to all the fans Monday and Tuesday that hung out, and all the fans that came back today. Bring some friends next time.
Congratulations, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Your winner, Bubba Smith. The 21A is Alex Stresky. We move into our second feature. The 1 is Chad Smith. The 169 of Marcus Cox. The 55 is Tyler 9. The 0 is Alan Clark. The 86 is Josh Beal. The 910 is Jimmy DeVono. The 18 is Tim Frederick. The 64 is Trevor Cole. The 99 is Ryan Schreffler. The 95 is Lisa Moore. And the 4E is Eric Kugler. Chad Smith, all kinds of out of shape in that number 1 down the back straightaway. Alex Stresky, your race leader. He'll lead lap number 1. Here comes Josh Beal in the 86. To the outside of Alex Stresky. Marcus Cox runs third. Tyler 9 fourth. The 0 of Alan Clark in 5th. Josh Beal to the front in the 86, new race leader, Josh Beal. Tim Frederick to the inside of Tyler 9 for the 5th spot is Alan Clark in the 0. Looking to the outside of Marcus Cox in the 169. Marcus Cox gets kicked up off the bottom. Here comes Tim Frederick. 3 wide into turn number 3. Back out of it. Nope, Clark's going to take him 3 wide. Alan Clark 3 wide in turn 3 as the 86 of Beal continues to lead. And there goes the 55 of 9 in the all the way up to the door. The 169, so the 169 goes to the tail. Beal, your race leader in the 86. Alex Stresky in the 21A runs second, then the 18 of Tim Frederick. 0 of Alan Clark in the 55 of 9, and we're green. 8 laps to go. Alan Clark looking for a 3 wide move and got into the 21 of Stresky, who got into the 55 of 9. Stopping in turn number 2. After he got his machine straightened back up, he stopped. So Chief Starter Terry Coletti says he'll make the call on this one. Field coming back to green. Josh Beal, your race leader. Tim Frederick runs second. Alan Clark third. Ryan Schroepler fourth. Green flag back in the air. Problems for Chad Smith in the 1. As Beal getting some pressure from the 18 of Frederick. Beal on the bottom, Frederick on the high side. Off turn number 4, halfway home. 8 in, 7 to go. Frederick leads at the line. Frederick will again lead at the line. Beal in second, Schroepler third, Alan Clark fourth, Jimmy DeVono in fifth. Beal up the racetrack. That's opened up the bottom for Clark. Here comes Alan Clark into turn number 3. Josh Beal battling back on the bottom. Him and DeVono side by side for the 3rd position. Alan Clark to the inside of Tim Frederick for the race lead. Down the back straightaway, Tim Frederick, your race leader. Alan Clark in second. Here comes DeVono in 3rd. Frederick, Clark. Alan Clark into turn number 3. Frederick, your race leader. White flag in the air for Tim Frederick. Frederick closes the door on the 0 of Alan Clark. Tim Frederick. Tim Frederick, your winner. Alan Clark finishes second. Jimmy DeVono third. Josh Beal fourth and Trevor Cole in fifth. Tim Frederick picks up the win. Alan Clark made a good charge on the bottom, was unable to get around. Tim Frederick pulling into victory lane. Getting the belts undone. Here's your winner, Tim Frederick. He just told me this is the 17th feature victory. Turn around so the Mid-Vid Racing Videos camera guys can see you. Man, this thing hung out on the outside. This car seems to like the outside better than it does the bottom.
Yeah, it likes the outside a lot better.
You know, Alan Clark was right there on the bottom, and it seemed like the last lap, this thing just kicked into gear a little bit, and you was able to just inch in front of him and get around him. Good job, man.
Alan had nothing for me.
Who you want to thank on this 18, man?
Want to thank Amanda, Bobby Joe, Eric, because last Wednesday night, somehow I qualified this thing in the fast feature in first gear. I don't know how the hell I did that, but they came down and fixed it so I qualified, so I can run the feature. They helped me out. All my sponsors, Your Pizza Shop, your Route 39 Auto Salvage, Central Finicum Insurance, Wally Legas Tire, Why So Serious Welding. My mind's blank.
That's all right. You're in victory lane again.
Yeah. Now the truck, hopefully the truck has brakes.
All right. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Your winner, Tim Frederick. Meters Auto Repair, 99.9 WTUZ, Morgan Vinyl, Smith's Auto Sales, Advanced Auto Parts, Snap-on Tools, Matthew Helms, Randy Smith, 1540 WBTC. Thank you guys very much. Mike Bowers will start on the pole. Big Mac Doug McMillan will start alongside. The 0-2 of Mike Bowers. Who is Lee McCreary from New Philadelphia, Ohio, M&D Designs, Riddle Trucking, J&S Mowing, McCombs Market, R&R Carb Service, the sponsors on the 2. The 55 of the Rooster, Brandon Bailey, will start outside row number 2. From Leesville, Ohio, in the Scio Car Wash, Vaughn's Pub and Grill, Dover Hydraulics, sponsor number 55. The 38 of Kevin McClintock, Dover, Ohio, in the Broad Run Cheese House, Federated Auto Parts, Van Meters Auto Repair, C&K Auto Detailing, Dean Miles at Ferris Chevrolet, Blick Tool and Die, and Swartz Trucking, sponsor number 38, will start 5th. Starting in the 6th spot, Jason Gruhl from Dover, Ohio, in the Joel McKinnon Farmers Insurance, Willendale Golf Cart Sales, Holy Grounds Cafe, sponsored number 99. Going to give them a couple laps to warm up their tires, and we'll finish the field. The number 11 is Trey Williams. Trey Williams from Dover, Ohio, in the Esber Beverage Miller High Life, Dover Metal Masters Logo Shirt Shop, McBride's Hidden Horsepower, Murphy's Classic Car Restoration, sponsored number 11. The 37 is Christian Bailey from Louisville, Ohio, in the Gearheads Garage Dot Print Solutions, sponsored number 37. The number 23J is Bill Westlake for the feature from Steubenville, Ohio, in the Roger Wingate Race Cars Vinyl Solutions, sponsored 23J. And the number 10 is Sean Kaufman from Hartville, Ohio, in the 330 Trucking, Scott Hine Racing, sponsored number 10. Getting ready to go green off of turn number 4. Green is in the air, 25 left. Summit Racing Economy Modified feature. Doug McMillan with a good run off of turn number 2, going to take over the race lead. He has the bottom if he wants it, and he takes it. The 55 of the Rooster, Brandon Bailey, trying to move up to the 2nd spot, and does. Doug McMillan, your race leader. Doug McMillan continues to lead. The 55 of Bailey runs 2nd. Good battle for 3rd between the 0-2 of Bowers, the 2 of McCurry, and the 38 of McClintock. Running 6th, the 99 of Gruhl, the 11 of Williams. Then the 23J of Westlake, the 10 of
Kaufman in the 37 of Bailey. Lee McCurry sideways off of turn number 2. Going to lose a spot to the 38 of McClintock. 7 laps on the board, 7.5 on the board. Doug McMillan, your race leader, the Rooster right there in second. They have pulled out about a 2 or 3 car length lead over the 02 of Bowers, the 38 of McClintock, the 2 of McCreary, and the 99 of Gruel. McClintock taking a peek to the inside of Bowers. Not quite there, so Bowers closes the door. McClintock stays fourth. McMillan with a 4/10 of a second lead over the 55 of Bailey. Mere car lengths says here's the 38 of McClintock. Now finally takes over that third spot. Westlake gets sideways off of turn number 4, and that 23J machine allows the 11 of Trey Williams to get around. Big Mac continues to lead. 13 laps complete. Halfway home, Doug McMillan, your race leader. Doug McMillan looking for his first feature win in a couple of seasons in that number 54. Brandon Bailey looking for his fifth win of 2017. Kevin McClintock looking for his first of the year in that number 38. The 2 of Lee McCurry's closed in on him for the 4th spot. Front 4 closing up. To go for Doug McMillan. Three laps to go for Doug McMillan. Here comes Rooster to the outside of McMillan. 2 to go. Coming to the white flag. A little bit of contact between the front 2. White flag. turn number 4. Big Mac, Doug McMillan. The Rooster finishes second. Kevin McClintock third. Lee McCreary fourth. And the 99 of Jason Gruhl in fifth. First time in a couple of seasons. Doug McMillan leads wire to wire. The Rooster, Brandon Bailey, all over. That 54, unable to find a way around. The 38 of McClintock. And the 2 of McCreary right there in third and fourth. Although the front two pulled away just a little bit on the last couple of laps. Street stocks up next, and then the mini trucks to round out week number 10 here at Midvale Speedway. The Big Mac, Doug McMillan, Haas Body Shop, J-Mac Auto Detail, Doug Moore at Parkway Honda, Lee's Famous Recipe. Been a while since I've been able to talk to this guy in Victory Lane. Man, I was kidding with you the other day. I said, man, I come down here and pick up these big wins, and you just missed on mid-season championship night. It's got to feel good to finally get one.
You know what, Chris? It's been since June 18th, 2011 since I've stood right here. I think I've raced 39 times since then. This one feels good.
Well, and you know what? You do like every good dad does. And you take your time and spend it with your kids and your wife. So you're a part-time racer. But when you come down here and race with us, you're always a factor, one way or another. That's impressive to me.
Well, I would like to think that we try to do things right at the garage before we get here, but that goes along with the people that help me. My dad was there all the time with me. Ryan Tedesco, Kevin McClintock, Ripley's. I mean, I lean on some pretty good individuals to try to get here. So I know it's van meter night and Federated Auto Parts night. You guys are on the right cars. Thanks for sponsoring Midvale tonight and the cars you're on.
Who else you want to thank? Get some of your sponsors in here, brother.
J-Mac Auto Detail Shop, Jerry McMillan, Lee's Famous Recipe, Chicken, Doug Moore at Parkway Honda, Burkett Nexter Race Cars in Hamilton, Indiana, Haas Body Shop in Dover, and also I'd like to say thank you to Tom Garbrandt at Trenton Service and Tire. He's helped me out the last few years. He's not on the car this year, but he helped me because a guy a couple years ago bought a car for me to race. He passed away. The car became mine. And this is part of it. This is a new chassis, but we put everything over on it. Roger Cole, he's been gone for a couple years now. I miss him terribly, but here we are.
Man, it's good to see you in Victory Lane. It really is. We've been friends for a long time. You know, you've been coming down here as a kid just like I was. We grew up racing together a little bit, you know, in the street stock division. And man, it's good to see you in Victory Lane, dude.
Thanks, man. I will have to say, I won my first feature in 1995. And this is the first time my dad's ever came across to get his picture taken with me. We know how many features we've won, and in 2011 he said I had to win 2 more. And I said, as competitive as it is, it ain't been as easy as what it has been the next when you're over here. So here he is.
Well, and me and Gary was talking about that up there, and you told Dad, look, you never know when I'm going to be able to win another one. The next one I get, you better get your butt over here.
I'll tell you what, I think I was coming up on the flag stand if Coletti ever threw the yellow during that one.
Congratulations, man. Great run. Good to see you in Victory Lane.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. We'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks.
Congratulations. Big Mac, Doug McMillan in Victory Lane. Starting on the pole, the number 13 led the first 8 laps in our feature on Tuesday night. Actually, it was Monday night. Is Kenny Feaster Jr. in the 13 machine. Yoder's Bulk Foods and Baked Goods. Ohio National Florist Service of Canton and Trenton, the Trading Post on the 13. The 77 back behind the wheel, Todd Miller from New Cumberland, Ohio, and the Peterburn Plumbing, BCS Bucky Mowing, Jim Roming Excavating, Talati Pipe sponsored 77. The 21 is Colton Ritchie Cohen Ritchie from Akron, Ohio, and the Shook Brothers Repair, R.D. Brown Trucking, Cardinal Asphalt, Sporting Goods. Yeah, okay. Sponsor number 21, the one of Gary Hoopengarner. The 44 is Teddy Oliver making his return. Gabe Pringle in the 7. The 31 is Tom Early. The 3 is Kyle Grove. The 31 is Bill Arbill. The 11 is Mike Martin, and we're green. Todd Miller in the 77 to the race lead. First time behind the wheel in over a year for the Todd Miller. And he takes the lead. Gary Hoopengarner up to second. Gabe Pringle in the 7 machine to the outside of the 13 of Feaster Jr. to pick up the 3rd spot. 3 laps complete. Todd Miller, your race leader. Gary Hoopengarner in 2nd. Gabe Pringle in 3rd. Aubill in the 31 and also the 31E of Tom Early get into it off of turn number 1. Everybody keeps going at the back of the pack. Kyle Grove on the march in the outside lane. Grove up to 4th. Gabe Pringle taking a peek to the outside of Gary Hoopengarner off of turn number 2 into 3. Here comes the 3 of Grove right along with him. Hoopengarner tried to close the door on Pringle, but Pringle was there. Here comes Gabe Pringle in the high lane. Pringle to 2nd. Todd Miller, your race leader. Here comes Pringle on the outside. 8 laps complete. Bill Aubill and the 44 of Teddy Oliver. Field making its way down the back straightaway, getting ready to come to Chief Starter Terry Coletti's green flag off of turn number 4. Miller and Hoopengarner, Pringle and Grove. Green flag is in the air. Hoopengarner way up the racetrack. Todd Miller, Gary Hoopengarner still side by side in turn number 3. Grove on the outside. Pringle on the bottom. In row number 2. Miller will lead at the line. Pringle to the outside of Miller. Gabe Pringle to the outside of Todd Miller at the line. Pringle just behind. Off of turn number 2. Pringle going to take the race lead. Here comes Kyle Grove. Grove in the 3, up to 2nd. Kyle Grove in the outside lane, now 2nd, your fastest qualifier. Can he run down Pringle? Got 8 laps to do it. He gets into the 77 of Miller. Harry Hoopengarner, the 44 of Teddy Oliver. Getting ready to go back green. 13 in, 7 to go. Should be a good one. Green flag off for turn number 4. Grove with the advantage in the high lane. Pringle trying to battle back on the bottom, not going to be able to get there. Kyle Grove to the race lead to 3. Grove, your leader. Pringle runs second. Grove and Pringle pulling away from the field. Kyle Grove, 4 to go. Pringle all over that number 3. Tom Early moves up into the 3rd spot. Pringle's got a little bit of a run off of 2, not going to be able to quite get there. Kyle Grove continues to lead. Pringle all over the back of that number 3. To the outside. Down the back straightaway. Coming to the white flag. Pringle to the outside of Grove. Can he get there? White flag in the air. Side by side down the back straightaway. Pringle not quite there. Gets into turn 3 a little bit better. Here comes the 2 off of turn number 4. Your winner, Kyle Grove. Pringle finishes second. Tom Early third. The 77 of Miller fourth. And the 11 of Martin in fifth. Kyle Grove, his first win of 2017 in that number 3. Gabe Pringle all over that number 3. Just needed one mistake and he didn't get it. Kyle Grove with a good run. Tom Early with a good 3rd place finish in that 31 machine. Despite a little bit lower car count in some of these divisions, I'll tell you what, you can't complain about the racing. The racing has been good tonight here at Midvale Speedway. Kyle Grove dragging that exhaust. Tom Early finishes 3rd, going to come over and give his teammate a big hug in victory lane. In the Reno Roofing and Construction, Herb's Transmission, Early Limo Service sponsored number 3. Been a while. Getting ready to climb out, maybe. He always likes talking to me. He doesn't talk to me any other time unless we're in victory lane. Here he is, your winner, Kyle Grove. Man, I got to tell you, you can say what you want. That was a good race between you and Pringle up front. I know he gave you a couple nudges, but you got to give him credit. You know, you guys raced clean up front, raced hard.
Yeah, that was fun. I knew if I had any chance, it was going to be on that restart, so I gave it all I had.
Do you think you could have got to him if the caution didn't come out, or do you think that he was probably going to get you if it didn't?
No, if caution wouldn't have came out, we're going about equal speed, so it would have been like hot laps for us out there.
Man, that had to have been fun. Your first win in a while. First win in something other than your own car.
Oh yeah, this car it's a blast to drive.
Who you want to thank on this number 3 tonight?
Especially Tom Early for letting me drive, Mike Ravenscroft for coming down here, busting his butt on the car, Buddy, just everybody, all of our sponsors, including our new one that's here tonight, Rhino Construction, just everybody.
Congratulations, man. Good job.
Thanks.
Your winner, Kyle Grove. Michael Varnes, the 84 of Rich Schweitzer, the 118 of Colt Locker, the 2T of Barney Gerber, and the 36 of Tim Frederick. Tim Scott in the Scott Racing Machine from Sunbury, Ohio. The 95 of Michael Varnes in the Brittany Varnes Photography, John Boy's Tire LLC sponsored machine from Newcomerstown. Rich Schweitzer in the 84 from New Philadelphia, Ohio Van Meter Auto. Federated Auto Parts, Allen's Muffler, Alicia Manley MD sponsored number 84. Colt Locker in the 118 from Somerdale, Ohio. In the My Water Doctor Townhouse Drive-Thru, GM Electric, RV Parts Express, Team BBD, and Drunken Uncle Bar and Grill sponsored 118. The 2T of Barney Gerber from Dover and the RV Parts Express, Swiss Auto Mart. Hot Wired Band sponsored number 2T. And the 36 of Tim Frederick from Sherrodville, Ohio. Your field. Good to see Varnes got that power steering pump fixed. Green flag in the air. Varnes had the lead in that heat race until he popped that power steering pump. We'll see if he's able to do anything here in the feature. Tim Scott runs him way up the racetrack off of turn number 2. Scott, your race leader. Varnes going to stay in the high lane off of turn number 4. Scott going to be your race leader. Varnes dives to the inside. Tim Scott, your race leader. Varnes still in second, but here comes the 118 of Locker. Locker on lap number 2 to the outside of Varnes. Scott going up the block, the momentum of that 118 of Colt Locker. Varnes on the bottom. In third, now problems for Michael Varnes as he goes to the infield. Back up on the racetrack with Barney Gerber. That opens up the door for Rich Schweitzer in the 84. Schweitzer tries to get to the inside of Locker, and he does. Schweitzer and Locker side by side for second. Gets through lap traffic. Tim Scott still your race leader. Locker way up the racetrack with Schweitzer right there. Rich Schweitzer, Colt Locker side by side for second. Tim Scott trying to play both sides of the street to keep him back there. The 4 of Scott pinches down the 84 of Schweitzer. Varnes coming back up to the 4th spot. Good racing in our truck feature. Schweitzer gets sideways in turn number 4, and now he gets sideways in 1 and 2. Colt Locker up to second. Off turn number 4, white flag for Tim Scott. Can he pick up his first career feature win here at Midvale Speedway? Here comes Schweitzer back to the bottom of the 118 of Locker. Locker up high. Tim Scott's got this one if he can hang on to it in 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, first time feature winner, Tim Scott. Colt Locker finishes second, Rich Schweitzer third, Michael Varnes fourth, and Barney Gerber in fifth. Great racing tonight at Midvale Speedway. If anybody found a set of headphones in the bathroom, please bring them up to the main scoring tower. There's a guy looking for them. Thank you for coming out tonight to Midvale Speedway. Once again, great racing here on week number 10. Sprint cars return to Midvale Speedway next Saturday night. Please be careful, be safe going home. First time winner in victory lane in the mini truck division, the Scott Racing, number 4. Once again, thank you to everybody for coming out. Thank you to everybody who donated a bicycle or donated a prize to be given away tonight. Please be safe and be careful. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember, 25 miles an hour in Midvale. They will bust you. Getting ready to climb out. Here's your winner, Tim Scott. Don't do a backflip. Getting hugs in victory lane. Come on over here, man. Crew in victory lane. Oh, they wanted a backflip out of you.
I'd have probably busted my head.
Well, that's okay. It's all right. Man, this truck's been getting better and better each and every week. You've been getting better and better here. You make the long haul each and every week from Sunbury, Ohio. Finally get into victory lane. How's it feel, man?
Oh, it feels awesome. I worked real hard on this truck this week. I did a lot to it, and it feels good to beat some real fast guys. You know, Locker and Schweitzer are just, they're awesome out here. And I mean, it just feels good to be here and finish ahead of them.
Well, and you were doing a great job of playing both sides of the street there. And I know you had to. It was almost like drafting practice at Daytona. You had to go to the outside and break Locker's momentum and then break Schweitzer's on the bottom. That was a perfectly run race by you.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they were behind me until he hit me.
Man, you just made me look really bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I meant to do that, just so you know.
Who do you want to thank on this Ford truck tonight, man?
My dad, he helped me get the motor together, and cousin here helped me put it together this week. The little ones, they helped me out a lot too.
Congratulations, man. It's got to feel good to be in victory lane.
It does.
It'll make that ride home a lot better tonight.
It will. It will.
Congratulations. Your first time feature winner at Midvale Speedway in the truck division, Tim Scott.